Welcome to today's video. Today, I will be ranking all the badge areas in slap battles in another tier list, which will again be in the description. But what can be classified as a badge area? Well, for the purposes of this video, badge areas will be defined as places or locations that are completely separate from the main arena that allow you to specifically get badges. So basically anything in these boxes from the wiki, excluding the slap tournament because its main purpose is to reward slaps and null shards. I will be ranking each area based on their rewards and overall enjoyability. With that out of the way, let us commence. First up is the Abyss. This is a location accessed by using squid and getting killed by a fish user. It consists of a simple boss battle against Kraken tentacles. Dodge their slam and spam slap the tentacles when they get tired. Getting hit makes you lose health. Losing all your health or falling off the ship will cause you to lose and wait 5 minutes to get there again. Draining the Kraken's health teleports you out and grants you the Kraken glove. The Kraken glove is just fine, and the boss can be unfair at times, so it will go in not very good. Next is Barzil. This is a place accessed by entering the Barzil portal under the lobby. Barzil is a bizarre area with plenty of colorful locations and characters, most of them having completely unique dialogue and interactions. You can get the fan and boxer glove here, both of which being very fun to use. Barzil is a great area like no other, but it does get stale after a few visits, and some aspects of it are designed to annoy you, so it will go in very nice area. Now we have the Catacombs. This is a location accessed by getting stuck in the Run Glove's ability. Here, the Run user becomes Terry, a giant floating skull that must kill everyone else. The other players are puny compared to Terry and must find the exit before getting caught. If the players have the Hitman's terrifying Catacombs quest activated, they can get to the exit 10 times total to get the Run Glove and become the monster that once terrorized them. The Catacombs are fun to escape, and Terry's you will find can act in ridiculous ways, so this goes and would go back. Next on the list is the Dark Realm. This is a place accessed through having a Killstreak, Reaper, Tycoon, God's Hand and Bob in the same server. Killstreak and Reaper must have 3 kills each. Everyone must be near the Bob entity, and the God's Hand must use their ability to open a portal. In the portal, there is a boss battle with the Eternal Bob Teb. Teb will make shockwaves and summon meteors. You must avoid obstacles and attack when Teb rests. Everyone starts with 4 hearts, and losing all 4 will result in a loss. The Tycoon can be upgraded to give buffs to the players. This is necessary for completion. The fight gets more complicated as it continues, but I haven't gotten past the second phase. In my opinion, the entry to the Dark Realm is needlessly complicated and frustrating, and the boss itself is way too long and difficult, as well as quite frankly boring. And for all this, you get the Rob Glove, who is just a controllable version of Bob. Yeah, it's good, but barely worth the struggle. So for this, it's going and never coming back. Here, we have the Elude Maze. This is a place accessed by typing a code into a keypad that randomly appears on Slapple or Moe Island. The code is the formula below. In the maze, you are given 666 seconds to complete a task. One is to find 4 artifacts within the maze. This gives you the Elude Glove, which is pretty decent. The other task needs you to pull a lever, which will summon him, an eerie duck PNG that chases you. Survive him for 3 minutes and then find the Counter Glove, which teleports every 30 seconds. The glove is very powerful in game. If you have the Hitman's Trinity of Relics quest activated, you can find an alchemist plush behind the maze map, which you must click as one of 3 relics. I find myself coming here often to replay it for fun, so fittingly, it's going and would go back. Next up is Farmlands. This is a place accessed by drinking the Alchemist's Corrupted Field Potion. This is made with 2 plain flowers and 1 hazel lily. This is a simple tower defense minigame. You can place towers, being scarecrows, farmers, 1 and 2, and tinsel, for varying prices. These will defend your base from the thieves that run down the path. Waves will progressively get harder as the game continues. Upgrade your towers with money you earn from killing thieves to better prepare. Beating all 6 waves grants you the Scythe Glove, which is incredibly OP. I'm a sucker for tower defense games, so this'll go and would come back. Now we are up to the ice trials. This is a place accessed by using the shard glove, getting frozen by an ice skate or ice glove, and then getting frozen by a frostbite user. This is by far the hardest place to get to, because no one has or wants to use frostbite. It took me 5 hours just to get footage. This place is an obby which has slippery ice platforms. This makes it much harder, but it's still fun. If you have the right camera setting, it starts with the Squid Game-esque glass bridge, and every time you fail it, it saves the broken and non-broken pieces. Then it is a typical obby, but with an icy twist. Finishing the obby and collecting the ice essence gives you the frostbite glove, which is definitely not worth it, but it's still a fun and creative obby, even if it is absolute hell to get to. So it goes and would go back. Our next area is Limbo. This is a location accessed by the reverse users, slapping each other, but only appears 3% of the time. Here, there are 2 paths you can go. The first path is to talk to the figure bearing an identical appearance to you. They will give you a quiz, which you must complete. After the quiz, you will play 1 round of Simon Says. Some of these questions are related to slap battles, but others are personal questions, or questions, with answers that are always changing. Most people will not know the answer to these incredibly difficult and unfair questions. This route gives you recall, which is good, but the worst out of the 2 rewards. The other route is to do an obby on floating pillars. The first half is normal, but the second half needs to be finished in 1 minute. After that you must do the obby backwards, and press the Psycho glove at the start of the obby, where your doppelganger was. Psycho is a pretty good glove, but the obby relies too much on timing, and the physics are too slow. If you have the Hitman's Trinity of Relics quest activated, you can find a clickable Bob plush, one of 3 plushes that are needed. Overall, Limbo isn't that fun or replayable, and getting there is so annoying. So I'm putting it in not that good. Now we are up to the lounge. This is a location accessed by going into a pocket glove if you have been whitelisted. This is a room that is apparently identical to a room in the White House. This is a safe area where PvP is disabled and people can hang out. If you interact with a certain painting, you will find a hidden keypad. The code is the numbers below. This gives you the knockoff glove, which is a fine glove. Despite the lackluster reward, this is just a really nice place to be. So this area is going in very nice area. Now we got the redacted dimension. This is a location accessed by getting trapped in a redacted user's portal ability. It has 10 exits, but only 1 is real, and the others will instantly kill. The dimension slowly kills anyone inside, so the players must quickly guess. If they pick correctly, they will be teleported out of the dimension. Doing so with at least 5,000 slaps will reward you the redacted glove. This location is interesting, but it doesn't allow you to stay in it for too long, so it goes in not very good. Now we have the retro obby. This is a location accessed by using recall's ability while in a glitch's ability, and then getting killed by an error user. This is a long 3-stage obby with no checkpoints. I love obbies, so this is very fun. It's not too hard, but still a challenge, especially near the end. The reward for getting to the end of the obby is the retro glove. Retro is incredibly fun to use and a very effective and powerful glove. I'm always taking the opportunity to go here whenever I have the chance, so it will be the first to be in Goated. We have reached the staff application. This is a place accessed by clicking a button under a billboard at the end of the retro obby's second stage. It has 3 trials that you must complete, each harder than the last. These trials are made to test your intelligence, skill, and willpower. Your first trial is a puzzle where you must disable cameras, find a vent in something to open it. For the second trial, you must complete a linear obby that mainly consists of wraparounds in first person. The third and final trial needs you to stay in solitary confinement for an entire hour. Doing all this will give you the admin glove. Admin is very fun to use, and at some point was the rarest glove in the game, for whatever reason. While an hour in a white room is crazy, the obby before it is really fun, and I get to do the retro obby while getting there. So this is going in would go back. Next on my list is the Unknown World. This is a place that is accessed by drinking the Alchemist's Corrupted Vine Potion. This is made with 1 blood rose, 1 dark root, 1 elder wood, 1 jade stone, and 3 wild vines. This is another tower defense minigame, but instead of thieves, you're killing zombies. Your towers are 2 types of piranha plant, Intensal again, Beating Wave 6 will give you the Druid Glove, which is okay, because this is another tower defense game. This will have a similar placement to Farmlands. Thus, it goes and would go back. Our next pick is the Null Zone. This is a place accessed by entering a null portal, which is spawned by Bob and Rob colliding. You can only enter the Null Zone if you are using default. Here, there are imps that will chase and latch on to players, dealing damage. They must be slapped to be killed. Along the way, there are plenty obstacles, like a maze, Obby, and swinging axes. I recommend using the Fart Blast ability to be faster, and use it while jumping to take further leaps. After the axes, it branches off into two routes. The first requires two players still alive, and is to the left. One steps on a pressure plate so everyone can enter, and then there are swinging axes to dodge, but one must stay behind, so a gate far ahead will stay open. After, there are jumps that require fart blasts with swinging axes going through them. Getting past this and clicking the giant Rob plush rewards you the Null Glove. This is fine, but not one I use often. The other route requires 3 players still alive and is straight ahead. One must find a pressure plate to open a wall that everyone must rush to get behind. After, a lever opens a room, and everyone must step on 3 pressure plates to not be crushed by the closing walls. The pressure plates open a gate, and anyone who gets past and clicks on the giant Rob plush is rewarded Tinkerer. I have no opinions on this glove, because I don't have it yet. If you have the Hitman's Trinity of Relics quest activated, there is a Rob plush at the start of the Tinkerer route, which you must click as one of 3 relics. Collecting all the relics will reward you with the Pan Glove, which is fun to use. The main problem with Null Zone is that you must rely on other people to survive. I know from experience that many people will die early, preventing victory. But worst of all, when you die, you lose. 100 slaps. I mean, come on, it's just annoying. For these reasons, this goes and not very good. Last but not least, we have where Guide resides. This is a place accessed by going into the box portal in a room in the bunker. This makes this the easiest area to get to, and it doesn't have any prerequisites. It starts off as a dingy dungeon with plenty of tricky traps for up to 4 players to avoid. This half of the area allows for players to go down different paths. This lets the player customize their way too, make it more quick, easy, or fun. After the dungeon, there is a huge hall leading to a small house. But if the player goes to the side and down the staircase, they can find a big heart that gives an extra slot of health. And if they go behind the house, there is a cube of life that gives regeneration to those who touch it. There is a lever in the house, and flipping it starts the boss battle. The battle starts as a rotation of different attacks. Every attack is a reference to a glove in the game, like Replica, Meteor, Golem, and much more. The rotation lasts 1 minute and will repeat. The players must slap track gloves that come at them in order to deal damage to the slapstractor. After enough damage, the machine will become faster and attacks will start to stack up. Rotations will last 30 seconds, allowing more damage per minute, but eventually the slapstractor will break down, and Guide will come down to finish you himself. He will put your slap battle skills to the test, giving you a traditional glove fight. You must slap him when the time is right, and avoid the falling meteors while you're at it. He has the flash glove, and can teleport around the ring at any time, so watch out. But soon enough, his health will drain, and he will be cornered, and you will have to choose to kill him, or spare him. Killing him will officially make you heartless, and reward you the Hunter Glove. Hunter is probably the worst glove to get here, but I still find it fun to use from time to time. Sparing Guide will reward you a nice cutscene, and the Elude Glove. This is the better out of the 2, but there is another glove that can be obtained here. If you go through the entire area by yourself, without the extra heart or regeneration, you will get the infamous Avatar Glove. This is by far the rarest and arguably the most powerful glove in the game. Definitely worth it. This badge area is just really fun all around, and I wouldn't change a thing about it, so I believe it is the best badge area and belongs in Goated. So that's the tier list. Dark Realm is in Never Coming Back. Abyss, Limbo, Redacted Dimension, and Null Zone are not that good. Catacombs, Elude Maze, Farmlands, Ice Trials, Staff Application, and Unknown World are in Would Go Back. Barzil and Lounge are in Very Nice Area. And Retro Obby and Where Guide Resides are in Goated. Keep in mind that these are just my opinion, and your tier list might differ from mine. Maybe you could tell me your opinion in the comments. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like. If you want to see when I upload again, subscribe to the channel. That's all for today. See ya soon.